I've been stuck this week. I'm gonna have to get myself a second job at this place right here. My goodness, part of my habit. It's a strip club, by the way. I mean, I'd make a great stripper. I'd pay to keep my clothes on.
What is up, everybody? Rick here, TgtRick. I know this isn't the greatest video I know, but I figured I'd get something. So as you can see, this is the Portland Retro Gaming Expo 2016. What a great weekend at the Oregon Convention Center. If you guys haven't gone, I highly recommend going. As you can see here, this is a little bit of the free play area with the consoles and the old living rooms set up. And behind, which I didn't get any footage of, is actually all the arcade games and all the pinball machines, all free play too, which is really cool. Here's some more older systems. Here's the free play area with the couches, the old living rooms. There's some Jaguars set up that you could play and different games. Here's the Atari Age booth where they're resurrecting Atari games and making new ones, which is pretty freaking cool. Here's a camera crew actually doing a documentary on retro video games, so that's cool. Look forward to that coming out. This booth is really cool. Got some cool stuff from them. As you can see, they have a bin, everything in the bin for $1. Angry Video Game Van. He was there. I didn't actually get a chance to see or talk to him. He was so busy, just surrounded by people. This booth was really cool. Ginormous booth. They had a lot of cool games there. A little pricey, but I get it. You gotta make a buck. Had a lot of manuals, a lot of Nintendo powers. That was a great cut. Here's a brand new game that these guys are making, which is really cool. It's a Halloween type game, and it actually comes in a green cartridge, as you can see there, which is really cool. I'll put a link in the description of that. These guys are awesome. These are all paintings and drawings that they made. Super cool stuff there. There's some more shots of some random dude walking by. There's an awesome cut. This thing was crazy. I don't know what the hell it was. It was a monster. It was made all out of video game consoles and Nintendo toys. They also had some paintings at their booths as well. I think there's a John Rick sighting there in the corner. Let's see. These was really cool. All these plushes you could get. Five Nights at Freddy's. You can see some Pokemon there. This booth didn't have too much at it. This one did. Same one. These guys were super rad. They had some really cool games, good deals. These guys were alright. Don't mean to talk bad about anybody, but you know, some prices a little bit steeper than others. Here's some cool old retro Qbert stuff. There's a shot of the floor, very clean. These guys are super cool. They dressed up as something different both days, which is really nice, and their prices were amazing on games. I picked up some really cool stuff from them, as you guys have seen in the pickup video. But all box stuff. There's some Sega games, some really cool Borderlands stuff there. This was a really cool booth. It had basically everything. It was like a yard sale, as you can see. Pokemon, video games, plushies, Hot Wheels. It was basically a yard sale inside there. Some Pokemon drawings, all kinds of crazy stuff. Another shot of the great floor. These are cool. These were all shirts up there, as you can see. You could get those. Some more games, a crap ton of 64 games. That Gex there caught my eye. I should have grabbed it, but I didn't. These guys are really nice. They had a good sell on some games. These guys didn't really check them out too much, but they're cool. This lady was making Pokemon ears. These guys were rad. All complete in box games. Super nice. Super good prices. As you can see, I kind of went a little fast, but there's a DuckTales 2 in there. Actually, 3 of them. These ones are cool. Little jewelry makers. These are really cool. These are actually little light-up boxes that they carved and made. They were really badass. I'll send you put a link in the description. Oh, there's a Spartan. That's cool. A little bit behind the scenes there. Ran into the documentary makers again. This guy was making his own homebrew game. There is the Spartan cosplay thing. These guys are the ones that she made all kinds of crazy jewelry. So did that one. That was a really cool NES Raven cart. Those guys make some really cool things. Custom HDMI Nintendo 64s, which was cool. So you just plug in your HDMI, plugs right in. There's another booth. There's Mel. She makes all kinds of cool stuff. As you see the Execute up in the corner. So rad. This one had some homebrew games in it. This one, I'm not sure. They had some games, not a lot. Some Nintendo stuff. This girl makes jewelry. She's at all the cons. You recognize her. She makes really cool, really quality stuff. These guys were hand-painted. Those are super cool. Some more random people. You know, hey, shout out to the random people. Yay. This person was a really cool artist. I didn't feel too comfortable filming too much because I just, you know, one church is art. And he was super busy. So I didn't have a chance to talk to him too much. This person had t-shirts and all kinds of crazy stuff. As you can see, they had postcards, wall posters, drawings. This is more kind of like the artist alley of the retro, where all the creators that make cool things kind of hang out and sell their merchandise. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, good times. Some more random stuff. This booth was really cool. That guy was really rad, super nice guy. This lady makes her own comics, on video game related comics, and this guy was incredibly rad.
A little bit.
But,
got me. Don't make fun of me on YouTube. Oh, I won't.
Works Interactive.
Whatever those things are.
Super cool, dude. He actually held a game for me because he didn't have change and I wanted to buy it, so that was really cool. This guy was incredible. This dude is where I got those Box NES games from, and I wish I would have had more time just to look and buy everything he had, because he had some really cool stuff. And he, believe it or not, doesn't have a store, actually. All this is just his personal collection. He had some Nintendo World carts in the case there. He had, you name it, he had it. It was crazy. He had a Miracle Piano with Nintendo on it. Super cool dude. Really good on bargaining with you. This guy makes his own games. Here's some more of that dude in a dinosaur costume, because you know you can't go to a convention without dinosaur costumes. Some more NES games, as you can tell. This booth is kind of cool. I got there last, got a couple games from it. This one was really cool. They make those things like Meldas, but they put them into backgrounds and all kinds of crazy stuff. The Deadpool one was pretty sweet. A little more behind the scenes. That lady was making all kinds of jewelry. Another shot of the floor, because the floor is beautiful. These were cool. These were little prints of the NES, PlayStation, and Sega. Super cool. We've seen those before, those types of prints. And also they had all those, or shirts up there they had that you could buy, which was pretty dang impressive. This one had all kinds of crazy stuff. They had board games, as you can see, plushies, lightsabers. This was really cool. These were all handmade, wood-carved video game related things. You see Majora's Mask up in the corner. I wish I would have had more time to talk to this guy, because he was super cool, super rad. These guys were really cool. This is where they were selling games for 3 for $20, which was really nice. Some more random people shots. Mind you, this is all on the cell phone, because I couldn't, actually not that I couldn't, but my camera wasn't working, of course, for that day, so I had to do it on a cell phone, but you know, something's better than nothing. These people had a whole bunch of homebrew games, all kinds of cool stuff. As you'll see here pretty soon, right over in the corner, there's a Mega Man game for the Sega, and it lights up blue, which is incredibly cool. This dude made his own glasses, which were really rad, and also had little wooden carvings of the characters that are on the glasses. There's a complete NES book, that was cool. These ones had records and comics and all kinds of crazy stuff. As you can see, complete box Sega Genesis. There's a Miracle Piano actually back there. All kinds of cool stuff there. That was kind of like a console repair area. This was at the front of the thing. I wasn't really sure what this booth was. They had all kinds of stuff, but this is really cool. This is the complete Atari collection, including the cartridge and box variants. All of them were there. This was in the Video Game Museum, which was incredibly cool to see. I know a lot of you probably are like, and you know, not a lot of young kids were going in there. There's a lot of the older guys, but it was cool to see every Atari game assembled in one place. And you can see there's different, they're the same game, but different colors, different types of packaging on the front. But just really cool to see that and see all the Atari games. I wish I would have had more time to really just look around and appreciate that. I mean, so much history there, so much awesomeness and shittiness, as you just saw ET go by. And Raiders there, Pitfall. An old Odyssey machine, the PlayStation game kiosk, Super Nintendo kiosk, a Genesis one, which was really cool, an Atari, I'm not sure what that one was, Sega. Then you got some cool video game memorabilia here. You got the old manuals and stuff, and original Game Bright shirt and insert. That was really cool. Coca-Cola, its own game. These were really weird. They were actually VHS games back in the day. Those are super cool. You got those. I keep saying super cool a lot, which is weird, but it was a really rad and awesome weekend. As you probably saw in there, there was actually, there's Sega one, there's a Nintendo 64 standout, there's a Dreamcast, haven't seen that one before. You got that bad boy right there, a Vectrex. You got the Xbox one, of course, with Forza in it. You got Food Fight. I'm not sure why that was in there. I think it was up for the auction. They just left it in there. This one was really cool. If you remember, I do as a kid. Pokemon Snap. You could take pictures and print them out for a price, which was just incredibly cool back in the day. Take a picture of the Pokemon in the video game, and then it would print it for you. Here are some of the old boards for games, the original shirts, the old Atari, Activision jumpsuits. Those are really cool to see. Fox, the Onyx, which is rare as hell. You got these ones, and then these ones are kind of funny. Eat It and Beat It games. They were adult games for 21 and up, but back in the day, and their cases were hilarious to see. You got the kid bid next to it. You got the old cutouts for that, the old promotional stuff. Here you got that was the Sega Mega Drive thing, but then here is the Sony Nintendo, the Nintendo PlayStation. They actually had that there on display. Cool to see, cool as hell. And that was it. Now I am on my way back, listening to Ghostbusters on the ride home. Doesn't get much better than that.
On the radio on the way home. What? Best day ever.
And thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. I know it wasn't great, but it is what it is, and I appreciate it. Hit that like and subscribe button, guys.